Good morning. Hi, Patricia, Ingrid. Good to have you. Good to see you. I didn't know it was Memorial Day weekend. It doesn't change anything for me. So nothing will be different for me. The only thing that'll be really different is there'll probably be less people at the meetings. So, you know what? Maybe I could actually go to the club and maybe hang out for a little bit on Monday. Oh, Monday's my busiest day. I do it on Monday. All right, welcome to Daily Trudge. Dion's just working out his daily plans here in front of you. I'll be your host, and of course, if you're here, please say hello. A lot of people at the house this morning, and I'm doing my best. Good morning. Facebook user. Says Facebook user. So today we're talking about avoiding disappointment. Maybe I should have put stop in front of avoiding there, because we actually need to stop avoiding disappointment. That was the trick. It was tricksy, like Gollum. Trixie. Trixie. She's being tricksy. That's mine. My precious. Okay. I can do a better one, but it's very loud and obnoxious, so I'm not going to do it. The other day, I told you that Jim Henson did the voice for Yoda, and that was incorrect. That's not true. Okay? He did the Muppet, but he did not do the voice. And of course, Frank Oz, that's who did it. That's who did the voice of Yoda. And pretty much every single Muppet when he was alive. But he's not alive anymore. All right. So life can be full of disappointments. Yesterday we talked about failure, and how we learn more from failure than we do from any of our successes. This kind of goes along the same lines. And it has to do with a level of trust. This really has to do with trust, right? And here's the thing. Learn to trust people. Trust that they're going to disappoint you. Trust it's okay. It's okay. They're human. You can trust that I will make a mistake. I can trust that. I trust the fact that sooner or later, probably even today, I'm going to make a mistake. And it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Sometimes we don't get things that we want in the specified time that we ask for them. Sometimes we won't even realize that we're doing that. And then we get disappointed and we don't understand why, until a friend comes along and says, hey, let's get off our pity pot, maybe go help another alcoholic. And suddenly your life just isn't that bad. Wow. So we've spent most of our lives avoiding disappointment. Okay. And I'm going to tell you how I've been avoiding it. I don't keep very few friends. I don't keep, that was a double negative, which would mean I keep a lot of friends. Now I have very few friends. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong, I have a lot of friends, but I keep very few friends. Okay? I got to get to know you for a while. No. I need to know how you act in crowds when I'm not around. I know, it's weird. I want to know that you're acting the same way with me that you always do, or I can't be friends with you. I can't be friends with fake people. People that wear I wear so many hats. No thanks. I don't want to be a hat. Right? For me, a best friend is somebody that I can call every day and we can just talk. Okay? And for a Gen X male who's 52 years old, finding another best friend just probably is not in the cards. I don't know. I don't make friends easily, right? So who's that on? That's so on me. Yeah. See, now I am at the point where I do allow people to be who they are. That's great. That's great. I want you to be who you are. Right? So there is a reading. Let's get to it. And it is out of Al-Anon. It's from Al-Anon today. It's Courage to Change. It's a fantastic book. Okay? Because, how about that? Let's just leave it at that and give it some faith instead. Right? So, May 27th, April, May. Okay. My dyslexia messes up April and May, and sometimes I'll read May for April and April for May. Happens all the time, but it's exactly how it's supposed to work out. So, it doesn't matter. Or I could get upset about that and be disappointed. Oh, ooh, oh. All right, and then be disappointed in myself. Oh, dang, man, I made that one mistake. I remember when I would let one mistake ruin my whole freaking day, maybe week. Or how about this? You get a really, you get a really cool car, and a bunch of people say it's awesome. There's one person that puts it down, and you focus on that. That motherfucker hates my car. I'll run him over with it. Well, about 20 people would say, hey, what an awesome car. You're a cool person. No, we can't take that. Nope. Gotta go for the disappointment. Why? It's easier to deal with. There have been many days when many of us felt that good times would never come back again. And I think we alcoholics feel this to our own. So imagine what our spouses and the people close to us have been feeling. That there may never be good times again. Okay? My wife and I have many good times a day. Okay? And that is because it has to do with the fact that I'm sober, that I'm not drinking anymore, that I now qualify to be a part of life, and that I insert myself there at the appropriate times. Okay? See, my thing is I love helping others so much that it can be codependent. So I have to watch my mansplaining. And I try. I do. Sometimes I'll be explaining something to Shannon. I'll be like, you know what? You got this. I don't even know why I'm fucking telling you. She's like, yeah, I was just going to let you talk, though. See, that's how we are. Okay? When somebody says something to you and they used the wrong word, but you knew what they meant, do you correct them? Stop, don't do that anymore. Don't do it. You're not necessarily doing anything wrong, but gosh, can't we give them a little leeway? Doesn't that feel like they're kind of being, well, you're being a dick when you do it. Let's just put it that way. Just don't do it, man. Give them a little bit. You knew what they were saying, obviously, or you wouldn't have corrected it. Okay, so stop correcting it. Just stay in the conversation. It doesn't it doesn't change anything. Okay, all right. Because I'm going to tell you because you're after you do it, or you don't do it, you're still going to want to do it. Okay. It's going to take a little while to get rid of that little nasty habit, but we got to be aware of it. Okay? Don't correct people that don't need to be corrected. Just don't. Who cares? All right. After so many disappointments, it seemed too painful to continue to hope. And the reason is because we are hopeless people. We don't have much hope in us. Okay? And what happens is we're like, okay, we're going to get sober and we're doing good, and bam, down. Okay? And it shakes the foundation of everything in the house. And it's unfair. I really wish people would stop coming down so hard on a person who has a disease that's following what his disease is telling them to do. I know these people can be dangerous. I know. I know. We shut our hearts and minds to our dreams and stop expecting to find happiness. We weren't happy, but at least we wouldn't be let down anymore. Ouch. Caring, hoping, wanting, these are risky. But as we recover from the effects of alcoholism, we might find that the risks are worth taking. They are. Take the risk. Take it. Okay. I'm doing that lately. I'm taking risks. I'm taking risks on friendships. I have to, or I'm never going to have any friends. Okay? See, I got to do my part. Here's the thing. If I really want good friendships, then I need to be a good friend. And that's what I'm figuring out. How is Dion a good friend? I'm sure I could just go to my friends and ask, but gosh, that would just be too simple, wouldn't it? I didn't think of that till now. But in a sense, it's like, I don't want to call my friends and be like, what do you like about me? Come on. But at the same time, don't I need to be a better person? Don't I need to be a good friend in order to have good friends? Isn't that the golden rule? Do unto others, right? Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? Now it seems less complicated, doesn't it? I'm glad I brought it up. Actually, I have to thank Noah Trevor for that. I don't watch his show much. I just posted something about what he was saying about friends, and I felt it. And it's what, I'd already picked the topic, but I'm really glad that I listened to that now. Thank you. Thank you, Trevor. Sorry. Okay, here it is. In time, it may not be enough to simply avoid disappointment. We want more. We want rich, full, exciting lives with joy as well as sorrow. Okay. Sorrow is disappointment. Okay. Sorrow, let's say somebody passes. I'm probably disappointed that person's not around anymore, along with my sorrow. Okay. You don't avoid disappointments. Don't. Accept them for what they are and use delayed gratification. Right? Accept it for what it is. Or stop putting expectations on things. That's usually where disappointments come from. Is expectation. Well, I just won't have any expectations. Bullshit. Yes, you will. It doesn't matter. You will still have expectations. But we want a rich, full, exciting, right? So if we can deal with disappointment the way that it needs to be dealt with. Good afternoon. That's Gary. Hey, Gary. Here it is. Here's the answer. Just finding the willingness to believe that joy can exist in our lives. There you go. There's willingness again. Right out of the chute. Willingness. Didn't occur to me. Willingness did not come into my mind during this talk yet. There's a key. Hi, Patricia. Oh, I should have known by the good afternoon. That's right. Okay. I got both my Patricias here today. Let's do some talking juice here. In time, it may not be debated. Just finding the willingness to believe that joy can exist in our lives today can be very challenging. Okay, willingness should never, ever be challenging to find. Okay, what do we do if we don't have willingness? We pray for the willingness to be willing. If you do that, you're already willing. That's the trick. You may not feel it, you may not know it, but the effect will be made. Okay? You'll probably be the last one to know. Okay? But it has been done. Just know that. And then have faith in the process. Trust the process. You can trust the process because you've been watching other people do it. Right? And since you've been watching other people do it and it is coming to work for them, that gives you some hope. That gives you some trust. And you can trust in that. Great place to start. It's also bigger than you. Higher power much. There you go. Just finding the willing to be, okay. But until we make our room in our hearts for good times, we may not recognize them when they arrive. All right. So how are we going to make room in our hearts for this incoming joy and happiness of a life that's going to happen? How are we going to do that? Steps 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That's how. You're going to remove everything that's standing in between you and the sunlight of the Spirit. That is the key. Until you do that, your joy will come in the form of a pink cloud. Pink clouds end. Joy does not. Because joy doesn't put you on a pink cloud. A pink cloud is not conducive to long-term sobriety. It's not. It's something you're feeling elated for something that is new. Okay? Guess what? You can't feel new twice. So let's think back to the very beginning of our drinking careers. That's my impression of backwards noise. When you first started drinking, that first high, remember that first time you got drunk? Whoo-wee, boy, was it exciting. And you would chase that drunk for the rest of your fucking life, never to find it ever, 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 ever again, because it doesn't exist. It's gone forever. It is a memory now. You cannot have the same thing twice. That is new. You can't. Okay, that isn't a feeling or an emotion. I know we could get into particulars and be like, come on. Right? No. Don't get into particulars. In fact, I need to do one of these on the particulars, because I hear a lot of people particularly out there. So this person does this. Oh, wow, we're getting into particulars. Oh, boy. Ooh, no. Stay away from them. Let's get back to this. Nobody is happy all the time, but all of us are capable of feeling good. That's joy. Joy is this. Joy is balance. Joy is serenity. Joy is gratification. Gratitude. And the accomplishment of knowing that even just you living today makes a difference. And that is true of every single one of us. Okay. We deserve to allow ourselves to experience every bit of joy life has to offer. They put a lot more, it's Al-Anon, they need that. Okay? They think a different way. Oh. So I'm going to switch this around for us a little bit. We deserve to experience every bit of joy life has to offer. See, when we came when we put those extra words in for us, we go off on them. So, have you ever noticed the big book is written in a minimalist style? It's pretty cool. All right. Today's reminder. They have reminders here. I will not let fear of disappointment prevent me from enjoying this day. I have a great capacity for happiness. I want to grow in my willingness to make room in my life for good times, having faith in their arrival and patience in my anticipation, living with sobriety. I like that. Joy came in soft waves. That sounds nice. Doesn't it? Doesn't that sound refreshing? Like a cleansing of the soul. Cleansing of the soul. I remember when that happened. I'd almost be willing to relapse just to go through it again. Said almost. It's a joke. Not a fucking chance, because there's a lot more joy coming up. Okay? So we don't avoid disappointment. Okay? There's a lot of times I get disappointed. Okay, I've been trying to go somewhere in my car for a month. I'm like, yeah, going. I'm all dressed, I'm ready. Flat tire. Oh well. Went to a different meeting. That's how it is. It's life. It's life on life's terms. All I can really do is laugh at that. Okay? All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I love you. Peace out. And have a day. Bye-bye.